Cormac McCarthy is famous for writing serious and gripping novels that can often take a little bit of a depressing turn. The Road and No Country for Old Men are great examples of McCarthy's work that are emblematic of the way he writes. What both of these books do so well, and a large part of what makes them so successful, is McCarthy's use of efficient dialogue. When we're writing dialogue, there are many ways you can approach it, many styles and forms that it can take. You can have some characters speak in long, eloquent prose, and some speak in singular words, while some never speak at all and prefer to let their actions do the talking. Cormac McCarthy is renowned for his sparse yet powerful prose, and today I want to examine the way he constructs it, why it's so effective, and how you can avoid the efficient becoming the boring. In No Country for Old Men, the dialogue is terse, authentic to the characters and setting, and contributes to the overall tension and atmosphere of the story. The same is true for The Road, where conversations are poignant, minimalistic, but still laden with emotion. Efficient speech works well for serious characters in serious situations, just like Llewellyn, Chigurh, and Belle. This is a key tool for character development by revealing their personality, motivations, and emotions in their very deliberate choice of words and interactions with others. It allows the reader to gain an insight without much exposition. More than that, efficient dialogue like those of Man and Boy can add a deep feeling of realism and authenticity that captures the tone and cadence of real conversations. This makes every interaction more meaningful and intense, while engaging the reader more fully as they search for deeper subtext and meaning. The economy of words allows for more brevity to enhance emotional scenes by placing far more emphasis on every word. Tywin Lannister is a memorable character because of his strict use of language, maximizing efficiency without wasting a syllable. The audience hangs on every word and pay far more attention to his facial and physical reactions. There are risks when using efficient dialogue, however. The principal threat is that if you're not skilled enough as a writer, then efficient dialogue can come across as lazy. If your speech doesn't have reasonable levels of nuance, or doesn't suit the character or setting, then you quickly run the chance of making interactions boring. Short speech certainly looks good on paper and helps move the pace of the narrative quickly. But if you're not doing anything with those short utterances, you're not showing anything more than somebody doesn't speak very much, then you're going to create lazy rather than interesting and efficient dialogue. There are a few things that you can remember to help you keep your efficient dialogue interesting for your reader, however. Make sure that all dialogue is contextualized clearly. Consider your setting, relationships, and overall plot so that your speech doesn't feel detached or generic and resonates with the specific circumstances of the story. You should endeavour to keep the dialogue and shibboleths consistent for each character, and remember that not everything needs to be stated explicitly. Characters might hint at their feelings or motivations so that your reader has more to derive by themselves. This is akin to showing rather than telling, and adding depth and complexity while preventing dialogue from being too direct or simplistic and thus lazy. That being said, it can be useful to break the rules intentionally from time to time. While you should adhere to the guidelines for efficient dialogue, don't be scared to suddenly have a character speak in a way that defies expectations, adding intrigue and complexity. Just don't do this before they die or to signpost some other obvious outcome, or it will be undermined. Tywin's surprisingly long conversation with Arya springs to mind, and a pleasant change of speech pattern that revealed a little bit more about his character. You should also try to make dialogue impactful and important, so that even if it lacks subtext, it creates conflict and tension. It makes the implication of the dialogue important and the individual words you use impactful, even if you're not fantastic at writing nuance. Also, don't forget that body language and non-verbal communication is a great way to supplement your dialogue and add depth, without needing to rewrite all the speech. So remember that efficient dialogue is a great tool for creating powerful and impactful characters in your narrative. It's not for every character, and often needs a certain level of skill to keep it away from being lazy, but when used correctly, this can be a great way to craft a strong and determined figure.